Thank you to Thomas Morira for these two suggestions. Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and I'm back with another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be doing the NC State Wolfpack. Last season NC State went 9-3, 6-2 in the ACC, with winning their final two games against Syracuse and North Carolina. Sadly, their bowl game against UCLA got canceled last year, but hopefully we don't have any bowl games canceled for this year. The games they lost last year were at Mississippi State, at Miami, and then at Wake Forest. All road games. So, at least they went undefeated at home. At least I can say that. So, let's see how they're looking on the roster side of things. Their roster for this year, they lost two of their most vital players on offense. They lost both Bam Knott and I forget the other running back's name, but those were two running backs that really helped this offense. If you'd remember with Georgia, of course, anytime they lose somebody like a Nick Chubb or Sonny Michel and they didn't have a quarterback, so their offense would go downhill. Like in 2015 after 2014 when we lost Todd Gurley, offense went downhill, especially when Nick Chubb went down. But one thing it's going to help your offense out a lot, is getting Devin Leary back. Devin Leary is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the ACC this year. It's just, can the team around him help him? They got a graduate transfer wide receiver from Maryland, and Darryl Jones, so that may help as well. They got Devin Carter, redshirt junior, and Thayer Thomas, redshirt senior. Wide receiver core should be fine. They have a mixed bag at the offensive line. They have a redshirt senior, redshirt junior, redshirt senior again, and two redshirt sophomores. So we don't know. We'll have to see. Their new running back is a redshirt junior and Trent Penix, and they have tight end Cameron Walker, redshirt sophomore. So, defensively, all of these guys were here last year. So, I can't remember if there was anybody that went to the draft off this defense. I'm sure there was. But they have a lot of their guys back, so they should be fine in that area. So, let's look at their recruiting rankings over the past 5 years. NC State's average over the past 5 years is 39th, 63 this year, 36th last year, 43 in 2020, 32 in 2019, and 26 in 2018. Not bad for ACC standards when you're going up, when you're, I believe either 5th or 6th in the ACC. Yeah. 5th or 6th in the ACC, not bad for NC State, especially with not being a pristine football school per se, but decent, as you could put it. Now, let's go see what they're going to do this year. NC State starts the season on the road to East Carolina. This is kind of like an in-state rivalry. East Carolina is going to get up for this game. They're going to want to upset you badly, and there's a good chance that you could get upset in this game. However, I think with Devin Leary and almost all the way back defense, I think you get the win. I think you miss the upset and beat East Carolina on the road in Greenville, North Carolina. Then you play Charleston Southern at home. This will be an easy win. Going into a non-con home game against Texas Tech the next week. So, against Texas Tech, I think you lose this game. I think it's just too much firepower for Texas Tech. And I think they'll outgun you in Raleigh. So, you will start the season 2-1. Then you play UConn at home. I think this will be a win for NC State. And you start at 3-1 to one of your biggest games of the year at Clemson. Last season, you beat Clemson at home with the help of Zonovan Knight or Bam Knight. And I cannot remember his name, but it was like Bam and Powell. Anyways, You go to Clemson. You don't have those running backs. They have one of the best defensive fronts in the league. I think you take a loss. Clemson's defensive line, I think, overpowers you, and I think that Clemson scores enough in this game to win. Which, I mean, they almost, if Justin Ross had located that ball in the game that y'all played last year, they probably would have won that game. They would have muscled you. They would have y'all would have been fatigued, and they would have been able to come right back. So you start the season 3-2. Then you have Florida State at home. I think you get the win against Florida State. I think that your defense will be enough to stop Jordan Travis. And I think that good old Devin Leary will be able to will you to victory in that one. So that's 4-2. Then you have to go on the road to Syracuse. Syracuse, not as good as you. You're going to get the win. And you'll be 5-2. Yep, 5-2 going into your bye week. Not bad to start out the season 5-2. After your bye week, you have Virginia Tech at home. Virginia Tech, I don't have high hopes for them. New head coach. Usually have good defense. The offense is usually putrid. And I don't know how it's going to affect with the new head coach, new scheme, everything like that. So I think you get a win at home against Virginia Tech. So you are bowl eligible at this point. You are 6-2. Then you have Wake Forest at home, and your winning streak ends. I think Wake Forest comes to Raleigh and gets a big win. I think your defense won't be able to stop their high-powered offense. And now you're at 6-3. Then you have Boston College at home. Boston College is a very slept-on team this year. I think Phil Jerkovic is going to have a great season for Boston College standards. And I think he beats you in Raleigh. So now you're 6-4. Then you have 2 back-to-back road games to end the season, at Louisville and at North Carolina. Let's start with Louisville. Louisville's another team. They have Michael Cunningham, and he's like a dynamite in a bottle. He can bust a game wide open and absolutely take over a game. I think y'all lose in Louisville and drop to 6-5. I think that I think he's too much for y'all. And y'all are 6-5 at this point. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna make an audible. I think y'all beat Louisville. I think Devin Leary is enough. And I think y'all go on the road and beat Louisville. So now y'all are 7-4. So then you go on the road to Chapel Hill. And I do think you get a loss there. I think North Carolina by this point in the season has things really put together. And I think y'all end the season 7-5. I originally had y'all going 6-6. However, looking at the schedule now, I think that y'all beat Louisville near the end of the season, and y'all end the season 7-5. So, you're welcome, Wolfpack fans. Anyways, I hope y'all all enjoyed this video. I'll be doing more content like this. If you haven't seen my other videos, go watch them. I have a playlist made on my channel for all these preview videos. And let me know more teams to do so I can make it to week 0 with all the Power 5 at least done. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and Go Dogs.